Let us have a huge round of applause for our dignitaries. Let us give them a delightful welcome to all our dignitaries with a huge, huge round of applause. We request the audience to kindly take their seats. We also request you to wear the mask all the time, maintain social distancing, and keep sanitizing timely to maintain the pandemic situation, rules, and regulations as per the guidelines of the government. Thank you. Once again, we welcome you all to the second day of the third convocation ceremony of MIT ADT University. Out of 11 institutes of our university, students of MIT International School of Broadcasting and Journalism and MIT Institute of Design will be convocated today. I am delighted to inform you that we will be convocating 1,234 students in the third convocation ceremony. We had convocated 236 students in the first convocation and 727 students in the second convocation. All are requested to rise in their seats and fold their hands for the World Peace Prayer.
नमो दीयाद्या वेद प्रतिपाद्या जय जय स्वसंवेद्या आत्मरूपा देवातुति गणेषु सकलार्थमतिप्रकाशु म्हणे निवृत्तिदासु अवधारि गोदी गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Thank you. Now, with this spiritual beginning of our program, I request everybody to take their seats. And I request Honorable Director of MIT ISBJ, that is International School of Broadcasting and Journalism, Professor Krishnamurthy Thakur, to deliver the welcome speech.
Good morning, everyone. Chief guest for the third convocation of MIT ADT University, Dr. Anand Deshpande sir, Founder, Chairman and Managing Director of Persistent Systems, respected Executive President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Mangesh Karat sir, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Anand Chakradev, Dean of Faculty of Film and Media Studies, Dr. Jabbar Patel, Registrar, Dr. Mahesh Chopde, Controller of Examinations, Dr. Neil Varn, sir, all the heads of the institutions, deans, directors, my dear faculty colleagues, and graduating students and their parents. Good morning. A warm welcome to one and all on this auspicious day of the third convocation ceremony of MIT ADT University. I am so pleased to be standing before you this morning for the new beginning of this moment in your life and mine. This moment in history of International School of Broadcasting and Journalism, to be celebrating this day with what is probably the first largest class ever of International School of Broadcasting and Journalism. I have the honor of welcoming you on your own graduating ceremony. This day is about you and what you have achieved in the past stay at ISBJ. Now, ISBJ started 4 specializations: journalism, digital media, strategic communications, which includes advertising and public relations, and broadcasting as specializations at undergraduate and postgraduate studies for the first time in the country. Now, we also started a unique program, which is to be media skill development program, from writing to newsroom to camera and editing. With a growing university, you all had the opportunity to participate, to meet, interact, take interviews with celebrities and create media outputs during your course of study. ISBJ focused on skill building and learning created through assignments, projects, internships, creation of Celerity, a newsletter, competitions from creating podcast of Gandhiji's in memory of 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhiji. And there were ads, short films, convo room, events on social issues, specialization week, and news bulletins. Now, you are all part of that. You are all proud of your involvement in these engagements. Your active participations in managing the social media pages of ISBJ as well as the MIT ADT University, in obtaining Google certifications, creating media outputs, debates, and current affairs were unique to your batch, and that tradition has been carried forward from where you started. To complete what we started as Media Skills Development Program, the university has initiated a campus broadcasting system which will come to fruitfulness this year. Thanking the management for their support, institution faculty and the staff for their hard work, intellectual rigor, patience and compassion. The day is about you. Now, your future, and you have achieved through your hard work, determination, and moments of the creative inspiration of you joining International School of Broadcasting and Journalism. Now, graduation is the time to imagine your future and your world to come forward. When you think of the road ahead, you might gain perspective by looking back where you have been and what you will do, and you will look at ISBJ and at MIT ADT University with all the fondness. And when you look ahead, we will be part of your future. You're always welcome here, and look forward to hearing about your personal and professional achievements as you build on your foundation provided by this degree. One more thing, graduation is never meant to be a goodbye. It is meant to be, we continue to engage you, and as alumni, as you travel forward in your journey of life, in your new adventures. As you begin a new stage in your life and experience, you can be confident that you can and you will make a difference in the society that you belong to. Because like the graduates who have already passed out of International School of Broadcasting and Journalism and MIT ADT University, you possess the knowledge, skills, and you are conferred with the excellent education of MIT ADT University. And thank you for the parents who have made financial sacrifice and reposed faith in the university and the institute. And this is again a warm welcome to each and everyone on this unique day of which we are proud to be part of. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dear friends, we have Honorable Dr. Anand Deshpande, sir, Founder, Chairman, and Managing Director of Persistent Systems with us as our Honorable Chief Guest for this program. We welcome you, sir. And I request our technical team to relay the audio-visual clip of our Honorable Chief Guest.
Dr. Anand Deshpande is the founder, chairman, and managing director of Persistent Systems since its inception and is responsible for the overall leadership, strategy, and management of the company. Dr. Anand holds a BTech in Computer Science and Engineering from the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, and MS and PhD in Computer Science from Indiana University, Bloomington, Indiana, USA. Prior to founding Persistent Systems, Dr. Anand began his professional career at Hewlett-Packard Laboratories, California, where he worked as member of technical staff. Dr. Anand is also a founder member of Interinstitutional Inclusive Innovation Center and is an independent non-profit entity which acts as a platform to proactively scout, showcase, and handhold technology innovations, especially aimed at the base of the pyramid. We are indeed honored to have Dr. Anand Deshpande with us today.
Thank you. And now I request our Honorable Executive President, Professor Dr. Mangesh Karat, sir, to felicitate today's Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Anand Deshpande, sir. Please welcome him once again with a huge round of applause. We are very delighted to have you, sir, here with us. Thank you. And now I request our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Anand Deshpande, sir, to address the gathering.
Hello. Honorable Mangesh Ji Karad, Dr. Anand Chakradev, Honorable Krishnamurti Ji Thakur, various dignitaries, and most importantly, graduating students. It's a real pleasure to be here at this event on this auspicious occasion of your third convocation ceremony in this magnificent dome auditorium where I'm here for the very first time. It's a real pleasure talking to some of you young students who are graduating today, because clearly this is a very important day in your lives and something that you will carry for the rest of your life. As someone who's been around in a similar situation about 35 years back, I think I have the opportunity of sharing with you what I have seen in the last 35 years and using that, potentially projecting what might happen as you go through your next 50 years of your journey. So to get started, let me set a little context for you all. So the good news is that most of you who are in college today, those in their late teens, early 20s, you are all going to live past 100 for sure. Most of you will live past 120, but many of you will live past 100. So you're looking at the next 80 years. So if you look at 2021, which is when we are, you are more likely than not going to see 2100 as well. All right? Now, if we have to take the context of what we have seen in the last just 10 and 15 years, when let's say 20 years back we barely had a few cell phones, today everyone has one. You look at the changes that we have seen in technology in the last 20 years, and if you were to extrapolate those over the next 80 years, it's very clear that we have no clue where the world is heading in some sense. But it is very clear that technology and new changes are going to drive what will happen in the next few years. And the next 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. The other fact that I think some of you graduating students need to be aware of and think about is the fact that, you know, in India today, at every age, including your age, we have at least 2.5 crores, like 25 million people at every age in India today. And it's sort of very clear to me that you will have to work for at least 50 to 60 years. Sorry, okay. Sorry, is it better? Okay, so you will have to work for at least 50 to 60 years as you look ahead in your career. So in this long career that you have here, clearly the college plays a very important role in setting the foundation. But what you do from here on is pretty much your call. And in that context, I want to share 5 ideas with you that I want you to think about, because you are going to be the future of our country, and how you deal with these things is going to become very important. So the first thing I want to comment is the importance of dreaming. Okay? See, none of us really know how the world is going to pan out in the next 50 years. But we can certainly dream about what might happen. And what I have generally observed is that if you have a dream or some ideas of what you want to be and where you want to be, when the world moves around, you find yourselves in the right spots to be able to make that decision to get to where you need it to be. Now, all of us, we know that, it's good to be at the right place at the right time. The unfortunate problem of being at the right place at the right time is that most of the times when you are there, you don't know that you are at the right place at the right time, and you may move away from it. What dreaming does for you is, when you think and visualize the world as it looks, maybe 10 years now from hence, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, and when you find yourselves in that spot, which I'm sure you will because of the way we move around, you will be better prepared to take a call than you would be otherwise. Now, if this is reality, then there is no reason why you should dream small. So my first and most important recommendation to all of you students is that don't sell yourself short, don't think very short, think big, dream big. There is no harm in dreaming, and what I can assure you is that if you have dreamt about a situation, when you are in that point of your life, when you see that situation, you are more likely to jump on it because you have already dreamt about it. And this is a very important thing that I think all of you should think about. The second point, and I think I'm here with a School of Journalism and School from Vedic Science and all of you students who are very good at this. At the end of it, you would dream a whole bunch of things, but it's good to tell those dreams to other people and make those dreams happen as well. So I think this is a skill that you are learning here in college, which is to be a storyteller. You are telling other people's stories. Tell your own story as well. And make your own story happen. So in this world, when we are looking at so many people from all over the place with different kinds of skills coming together in a world that is going to change so much, those who can communicate their stories better are going to be more successful than those who can't. And here you have an advantage. You have learned how to tell stories. And I think that is a great skill that you have acquired, and use that skill very effectively. So communication has become a very important aspect of being successful. You may know everything that you need to know, but if you can't communicate that to someone else, then it is not very useful to anyone. So this is a great skill that you have learned while you've been in college, and I want you to continue to develop on that. Tell everybody else's story like journalists would do, but make your own story as well. And this is a good opportunity where I'd like you to think about. So the second point I want to make is about communication. So first one was dream and dream big. Second, communicate well, tell stories. The third item I want to share, or third idea that I want to share, is around teamwork. See, if you look at the large problems that are getting solved, we recently had man-made spacecraft land on Mars. Now, if you look at any of these kinds of activities, large projects, it is all about teamwork. And teamwork is a very important skill, and if you can build this skill of working together with other people, together we can make many things happen that you cannot do on your own. So teamwork is a very important skill, and here is where I would like to point out that the time that you spend with your friends in college, this is going to be a very important way of carrying your skills around. I have a few comments and confessions to make on this topic. So I went to college in IIT, and what I have found is that some of the friends that I had during those periods actually have been very beneficial to me in my life and my business. Whenever I feel I don't know what to do next, I always have some friend who I was with in college who I can easily call on and ask for help. And that has really helped me in getting across multiple challenges that you see in life. So teamwork is a very important skill. The time that you spend here doing many things that you have learned, the time you spend with your friends is very valuable, and that is going to last for a lifetime. The skill of how do you make friends and how do you build teams is another thing that you would have learned now, but you'll have to get better at that. And as we look ahead, teams are not going to be just teams of people who are from your own college or same kind of community, but you are going to be working with global teams, with people from all across the world. And each of them is very different in the way they operate. So getting to know how to work with other people, not just from your community, but from across the world, is very important skill that you need to acquire. So that was the third idea that I wanted to share with you, right? So first was dream big. Second was communicate. Third was teamwork and collaboration. The fourth thing I want to share is about continuous learning. Okay? So if you think about what you have seen in the last 10, 15 years, clearly the world has changed a lot. There is no way what you learned in college today is going to last you for your lifetime when you are going to work for 50, 60, 70 years. We are going to look at 2100 when you'll still be contributing to this world. So how do you survive in a world that is going to change very rapidly? And the key is to be continuously learning. So one of the greatest skills that you need to acquire is to learn. And this is an important skill that you will learn. And I think those who are able to learn and figure out how to be continuously learning will be hugely successful, because the world is going to change all the time. You would not be able to go to a college and learn everything in those 4 years and carry that for the rest of your life. What the college has shared with you is the ability to learn. And that is what is very significant, and that is what I wanted to mention. And the last thing that I want to share is about persistence. Okay? As a founder of Persistent Systems, I always make it a point to share that really what differentiates the winners from those who don't win is the persistence that you have. And this is very easy to look at. So if you look at a race or any kind of a competition, you'll find that there are some winners. But those who lose, if they give up and say that I'm done and I'm not going to come back again, then you have no future. Those who are winners today may have lost a previous game, but came back, fought again, and then are back again, right? Those who win are those who keep coming back. So all of us have bad days, all of us have difficult days. Those who succeed are those who are able to come back and are persistent about it. So that is another important skill that you need to acquire. And I am very excited for all of you here. You are here in 2021. I know we are at the end of COVID and it's been a rough year for the last 12 months or so. But I am very confident that in another 6 months' time, many of these problems will be behind us and we will be stronger than we have ever been before. You are in your journey embarking on a very amazing career for the next 60 years. And I want to really congratulate all of you for the hard work you have done to get to this graduation ceremony. Wish you all the very best. And I wish you all success in your life as you look ahead for the next 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 years. Thank you very much for inviting me, and it's a pleasure to be here. Wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. And let us all have a standing ovation for our honorable chief guest, Dr. Anand Deshpande, sir. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And now I request our Honorable Executive President, Professor Dr. Mangesh Karat, sir, to deliver the presidential address.
Honorable Shriyut Anand Deshpande ji, founder, chairman, managing director of the Persistent Company, very renowned IT company of the globe. Our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Dr. Anant Chakradev, our Dean of the School of Broadcasting and Journalism, Media Faculty, Dr. Jabbar Patel ji, the Director of the School of Broadcasting and Journalism, Dr. Thakur, all other office bearers of the MIT ADT University, Registrar, Controller of Examination, Shri Neelvarna ji, all the deans, directors, head of the institutions, other staff members of the different schools of the MIT ADT University who are in the audience, and my graduating students, their parents, media, ladies and gentlemen. I am really delighted to welcome all of you who are graduating this year. And I take this opportunity to congratulate you for this very important achievement of your life, your graduation ceremony. You are now graduating. You are now going to enter into your professional life. The dream which you saw throughout till today, now that dream, the dream of your parents and the dream of yourself is going to be now with this graduation ceremony is going to be complete. So it's a very momentous occasion, very historical occasion for you as well as for university. Every batch is a very special batch for the university. Every time all our faculty, all our deans, office bearers of the university They try to make their product much better. You are our product. You graduates are our product, and we try to launch you people into the professional world, I can say into the market with a great hope and aspirations. And I'm sure you people with the learning, with the formal learning of your domain area, non-formal learning in other areas, as rightly said by our today's chief guest, communication is very important. All aspects of the life we have tried to teach you here, and I am sure you might have learned all those education, knowledge in the span of 3 years or 4 years at our university. Yesterday only, Dr. Anand Deshpande sir, yesterday only we had a beginning of the convocation ceremony. This year we are missing the large crowd. Otherwise, this hall is full of audience, maybe 2,000 people or more than that. But this year, because of the corona, the audience is only limited to 200. But a majority of them are the graduates and their parents. So yesterday, this convocation is blessed by Sriyut Bhagat Singh Koshyari ji, Dr. Radhakrishnan, ex-chairman of the ISRO, our own founder, Dr. Karat sir, Arun Gujarati ji, number of other people were there. So the blessings are there, and with that blessings, I think we are working this MIT ADT University, even though it is a new university of MIT Group. But MIT Group is an old institution started in 1983, and it has really delivered to the expectation of the society, to the expectation of Indian youth to the large extent. And I'm very happy this new team of MIT ADT University, which are delivering the courses in all innovative fields, maybe in School of Engineering, maybe in film and television, in broadcasting and journalism. Your area, now it is a technology-enabled area. Now journalism and broadcasting is not limited only to the print media. Now, I was just going through some of the data, and I was really shocked to read that. It was written, it is predicted by the people who are working in the journalism that tomorrow's journalism, print media, maybe after 10 years will go away. It will be the artificial intelligence enabled media will come. People will now, so much news are available on Facebook, YouTube. There are a number of Twitter is also new sort of a media. So all these medias, I think tomorrow's the journalism will be personalized. You may have to deliver the personalized newspaper to the reader. How you can do, that is a challenge. You have to map, data. This economy is driven by the data. So you people have to understand the technology, even though you are the students, graduates of the broadcasting and journalism. But tomorrow, I think the world will come, some company will come, and they will deliver the personalized newspaper to you. According to your choice, according to your priorities, that newspaper, technology-enabled newspaper, will find the relevant news from the whole data, from Google, from all the data, and they will deliver you the app news. So that is going to happen. So how challenging is that? How fast you have to make your personalized newspaper. At a personal level, it is not possible, but with the help of the technology, with the help of the technology engineers, I think you can deliver that type of a newspaper. The revenue of the newspaper will not come from the advertisements, because advertisements are done by the new age social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and all those papers. I think people will subscribe your paper only on the basis of the content, only on the basis of the quality of the content, what you are going to deliver to them. People do not have time. So on that background, I think you people have to innovate journalism and broadcasting. How much television, broadcasting is also on the similar line. Like we need some aggregators or the company which can do that, personalization of the news atom. Now if you go to the television, there are so many channels and you get lost in identifying on which channel, which is a program, which is liked by you. So all that has to be made very easy, made very fast. The person should not waste time in finding out the required, videos on those channels. So that type of a broadcasting, that type of channels, I think personalized channels will be available. So this is a challenge in front of you people, graduating people. Now yesterday our announcer announced our program was live on the Facebook. More than 3,000, yesterday 3,000 people saw the program. So this is, Facebook has already made that possibility, but still the innovation will going to continue and will be the way of life. So under that thing, I think you people have a great challenge. University has given you the proper degree. You have to find out world, at what rate world is changing and how are you going to take the opportunity of the changing world. So that is a challenge, and I am sure with the learning ability, as rightly said by Dr. Ananda Deshpande ji, with your learning ability, you will be able to do that and you will be able to succeed in your future. So that is my great hope from you. So friends, I will once again, I congratulate all of you on this graduation day. Be good person, practice the, any society requires honest people, hardworking people, values, people who practice values. So those people are preferred by the society. So do not deviate from the values of the life, practice them. Then only I think you have a great standing in this civilized society. So that is the most important advice to you people on this day of a graduation. This is not much, this is not the occasion to talk much because we are going to deliver degree to each of you on the stage. So with a limited, because of that limitation, I am not going to talk much. But आप आगे बढ़ो और उसी में हमें खुशी है. आप जितने आगे बढ़ेंगे उतना ही यूनिवर्सिटी का नाम रोशन हो जाएगा और ऐसा नाम कमाओ कि कोई जर्नलिस्ट बने, कोई ब्रॉडकास्टर बने या आपके फील्ड में तो हमें आपका गरूर हो. इतना बड़ा आपका नाम करिए तो हमारा भी नाम बड़ा हो जाएगा. और आप आते रहिए और अपने इंस्टीट्यूशन को ज़्यादा और समृद्ध करते रहिए. आपके नॉलेज से, आपका जो अनुभव रहेगा, आपका जो एक्सपीरियंस रहेगा, उससे आपका जो अल्मा मैटर है, इंस्टीट्यूशन, यूनिवर्सिटी, you make the institution more richer and richer in coming years, and that is the way of the life. So with these words, once again, I am thankful to Shri Ananda Deshpande ji. He is a very renowned person. He is the first generation entrepreneur. He is the first generation. I really congratulate you, Dr. Anand Deshpande ji. We always say people who left India and went to America, they try to settle there. Majority of them settled there and they achieved the high positions in big companies like Microsoft, Google. There are so many companies. But you are different from them. You chose to come back. He chose to come back, and in 1990 only, he established the company here, Persistent Company. So that is a distinctive feature of Dr. Anand Deshpande ji. The people of today's generation, after achieving so many positions in America in multinational companies, now the generation, now they are aspiring to establish the companies at par with Facebook and other IT companies. But Dr. Anand Deshpande ji, he took the wise decision to come back in 1990s, and he established the company, and that company is now $500 million company. 9,000 people are employed in the company. So what a great achievement. You are a son of soil, and you are a role model for our young Indians who are actually going to America and settling there and not coming back. So I am very happy for that, for your this patriotism, for this dedication, and coming back to India and serving our country. So thank you, Anand Deshpande ji, for coming here, sparing time, and enlightening our young graduates on this historical day of the third convocation ceremony of the MIT ADT University. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for blessing all our students with your kind words. Thank you once again. And now, the degrees will be conferred on the students. I request Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Executive President, Dean Faculty Members, Director of the school, Registrar and Controller of Examinations to distribute the rank certificates and degree certificates to the students of MIT International School of Broadcasting and Journalism. I request Professor Surbhi Nimbarkar to read the names of the students. The students will come one by one on the stage and get the degree certificates at the august hands of the dignitaries. Professor Surbhi Nimbarkar will take the proceedings further.
To begin with, first, we have Shritu AS, gold medalist. She has specialized in ad and PR. Shritu is a gold medalist. Second, we have with us the second rank holder, Hemant Chalani, with journalism specialization. I request you all to please give a round of applause for our rank holders. Next we have with us Rudrani Chauhan. Rudrani Chauhan, followed by Heli Muktiwala. Pratik Tijare, Damini Solanki, Arnab Chakrabarti, Anurag Ramarjun, I request you all to please give a big round of applause. Tejaswini Tomar, Shraddha Bhandari, Ronak Chandak, Shraddha Bhandari, followed by Ronak. Ruta Bakshi, Saurabh Lele, Roshan Kumar Rai, Sudhanshu Jain, माळे, शुभम ठाकुर, ओमकार यडवाड, स्नेहल सातघरे, जेनिस साची, अमीशा एरन, शीलू यादव, शालिनी श्रीवास्तव, आनंद सिंह, साक्षी गंगवार, करण रामगोपाल, सौरभ बहादुरकर, प्रज्योत देवघरे, students are requested to please collect the certificates from the admin office. Your certificates will be distributed in admin office from 2 to 4 p.m. सौरभ बहादुरकर, प्रज्योत देवघरे, महानता कटारिया, संग्राम कोतवाल, followed by Sapna Joshi, okay fine, Varun Zangade, सिद्धि बागड़े, द्राक्षी श्रीमाली, वसुंधरा बरहरे, ओम प्रकाश ज्योति दुबे, अनोखी चौकसी, सिमरन वडवानी, शुभांगी श्रीजा, मुस्कान अग्रवाल, जय पांडे, अभिजीत किशोरी, वसुंधरा दाढ़ीवाल, सुभिक्षा संपत कुमार, पीयूष पाटिल, कुंजन सिंह राजपूत, मिशेल सिंह, सौरभ पिंगाड़कर,
Dear friends, I would like to tell you that our Honorable Founder President, revered Honorable Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karat Sir is also online to bless our students on this third convocation ceremony. Can we have our Honorable Founder President on the screen?
William Sibloon, यश जुनेजा, अरुणिमा शर्मा, इंद्रा सोरातिया,
Dear students, we congratulate all of you and we also understand the excitement that you all have today. But keeping the pandemic situation in mind, we request you to maintain the social distancing in the dome and you can definitely celebrate it once the program gets over. Thank you.
आदित्य सुर्वे, आकांक्षा ढकाल, श्रेयस फरांसपे, स्वप्निल घोड़गे, हुसैन जवेरी, शर्व गोधाम गांवकर, Shrushti Falle, Anushka Raj, Sampada Kotwal, Yashaswini Iyer, We also have with us third rank holder Saloni Nag,
So dear students, faculty and parents, as I had already mentioned that our Honorable Founder President is here with us. He will be blessing our students through online. I request our technical team, sir is already here with us on the screen. We welcome you, sir. I request you to bless our students.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chief Guest of today's function of the third convocation ceremony, Mr. Shashank Deshpande-ji, Mangesh Karad, all other faculty members, the Pro-Vice Chancellors and others, and the students. I think it has been a good fortune for us that you have been just conferred with the degree certificates, and you will be passing out from this portals of the institution of the MIT ADT University very soon. I can only see the futuristic planning you must be trying to devise and design and promote. Friends, I can only say on this present background of this coronavirus or the pandemic, COVID-19, I think we may have to think of design and understanding of the whole universal mechanism. I learned that this batch of broadcasting and journalism has a duty to perform, to convey the message. I have a sincere feeling that usually all the various branches of engineering, management, broadcasting, journalism, Vedic science or design, you have been in a position to convey the message of what Mother India stands for. Journalism has certainly a role to play. The effective media and journalism department certainly is a more effective tool than what the education system stands for. You know the present situation Only I would appeal to you, friends, that world over, when this lockdown has taken place, and all 190 nations of the whole world are under the lockdown. The countries like America, China, Russia, Britain, Italy, Rome, Paris, London, I think they are under tremendous fear complex. What is the reason behind is also to be discussed and deliberated upon. I don't want to deviate much from the main subject of your passing out and doing some duty toward the resolving of this horrifying situation, which should not repeat again, and whether these biological, chemical weapons in the form of this coronavirus, which has been giving a command to the whole world. Think on some lines like this. What I would like to tell you is that our institution always respects and works on the principles of basically the philosophers and Dhaneshwara to Albert Einstein. This has been always the verdict which we have been trying to think about. Friends, remember, when it is said San Dhaneshwar to Albert Einstein, it speaks a journey from spirituality to science. And you know it under the dome where you are sitting and accepting these degree certificates after passing out very successfully your course of study. You must remember, friends, this dome where you are receiving these certificates of passing, you must know what is the message of this dome itself. It is called as a scientifically resolved, spiritually oriented laboratory of the whole world to promote the culture of peace. And if you just take a round of the whole campus, I hope that you will carry some message of what we say, the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is one word, Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti, the truth is one and only one. And the San Dhaneshwara, which had said these words 730 years back, that the entire universe is a manifestation of pure intelligence and consciousness. Friends, I'd like to appeal to you. This is not only to, boost or tell you something very unique of Mother India, but this has come true and in existence as we are experiencing now. I'm talking to you on the web or the Google, the Facebook, artificial intelligence. These words have given a new dimension to the whole program of the studies and the research going on. I would like to very assertively tell you, friends, that it is high time that the Schrodinger, the Einstein, the Penrose, the great scientists of the whole world, they have made an appeal to us that you have to start the establishment of the schools of consciousness and reality. And now, fortunately, our institution has taken a decision to start the school of consciousness, school of reality. What is consciousness? What is reality? What is this mechanism, what you are experiencing? Friends, remember, you being such learned scholars and future thinkers and philosophers of tomorrow, the future scientists, the managers, the promoters of culture of peace, I think you have a duty to perform and understand the situation so that we can orient and give a new dimension to the whole education system. The education system, remember, friends, we have been calling always and inviting people. We had the number of parliaments, Parliament of Science, Religion and Philosophy. Friends, remember, when I use these three words, for the first time in the known human history, this very monument which you are experiencing has come up in the whole world. And who are these people around in this dome, peace dome? They are nothing but the makers of the world history. I'm using the word makers of the world history. Those who have given the guidance and shown the pathway of harmony and peace to the entire mankind. Your own university, MIT ADT University, as visualized by Mr. Mangesh Karat and his team, they have been calling it to promote the holistic, peace-loving global society, the global education system, the value-based universal education system. These are the very typical words. But please try to understand the spirit behind it. We are not speaking because we feel it, but it has been a very scientific statements which I have been trying to experience for the last 20 years. And friends, today on this occasion, I would appeal to you that when you go out from the ports of this institution, please convey my regards and respects to your mother and father. They are waiting for you to come out of this campus and do some very unique job, which will be a befitting tribute to your own family, to the state, and to the Mother India. And Mother India has a role to play, friends. Remember, in the 21st century, it has to emerge as a knowledge god of the whole world and show the pathway of peace and harmony, which they are experiencing and they are trying to expect in the form of a Vishwaguru, a teacher of the whole world, to really show them the pathway of peace and harmony, which is the real need of the hour. Friends, you have a duty to perform. I repeat and appeal to you, don't forget the what India stands for, what Mother India stands for. आपके माता पिता का वंदन, उनको प्रणाम, उनकी याद रखना, उनके लिए कुछ जीवन में करने की ख्वाहिश रखो भाई, अपने खुद के लिए तो करोगे ही, लेकिन what your mother is, because it is said matru devo bhava, pitru devo bhava, acharya devo bhava, atithi devo bhava. Very simple message which makes India different from all other great countries. Remember, friends, the India has a role to play to show to the whole world. Remember, in America, do you know, friends, that the situation has been so horrifying that when somebody dies, there are no people to take that body to the graveyard. And there is no place, no space. And possibly there are families which doesn't have the next generation members, and some of them are unable to even do some, show some respect and take care of those dead bodies too. And now they have changed the style of meeting each other, not embracing each other, not kissing each other, but they are trying to follow the methods of what Indian tradition, the family system was, what is the system of reception, what is the receiving the guests. So many things are changing. And I have a feeling after some time, the world community will realize what systems are being followed in India. Namaskar, pranam, or take care of all other systems. The rules of law should be closer to the mother nature, and naturally whatever systems have been advocated by India in the long past, they will emerge and will show some good pathway so that they can avoid this horrifying danger to the human life, the human society. And we have to make an understanding of the very mechanism of the human society itself. What is human life? So many things can be spoken, friends. I'm grateful that we have Mr. Shashank Deshpande, and some parents must be present here in the whole audience. But convey my regard to all your parents and guardians. And thank you so much. I wish you the best of luck, friends, in the future. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you, Karan.
Namaste.
Thank you so much, sir. So we will now break for 10 minutes. We will take a short break of 10 minutes and we will be here. Again, I request you all to maintain the social distancing, and the next lot of the student will be receiving the degrees, and the degrees will be conferred on them here itself in the dome after 10 minutes. Thank you.